sort of apply my skills and use this platform to get potentially interesting projects. I coming from a background in consulting, private equity, and went to a business school at Duke University. So I thought Catalan would be a good way to just apply my skills to different variety of projects. So yeah, I heard about this online or through my friends, and would just like to give it a shot and see what's offered on the platform. Yeah.
Perfect. Awesome. I appreciate the background there. Just helpful for me as I frame the call for you today. But cool. I'm happy to jump right in, and we can hop right into the platform here.
Alrighty.
Perfect. And sorry, just pulling up a couple of things on my end. Awesome. Cool. So, generally speaking, the best way to think about Catalan is really going to be as a long-term marketing and distribution tool for your consulting practice.
Okay.
So there's going to be two main ways to really market yourself through Catalan. The first way is going to be through our search function, where you can essentially browse our project database and proactively submit pitches on projects that are of interest to you.
Right.
The second way to kind of market yourself is going to be through your profile. So clients have the ability to do keyword searches looking for for experts, and then from there they can reach out to them and invite them to submit pitches on projects. So just a little bit of a warmer introduction to these projects. Keeping that in mind, a good spend of time on the platform is really going to be, building out your profile and making sure that it's well positioned from a keyword perspective, so that, when they're doing those searches, your profile is popping up and you're getting lots of visibility.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
Cool. So just clicking into our project database here. Awesome. Cool. So like I said, this is essentially our project database. You can think of this like a job board. This is a list of warm opportunities for your consulting practice. You can go through and proactively submit pitches on projects that are of interest to you. When you do go through this, this database, the most important thing to pay attention to is really going to be the status in the bottom left-hand corner here. So we show 4 different statuses. You'll see new, reviewing pitches, scheduling interviews, and then lastly is reviewing proposals. So That's our process from 1 to 4. Our recommendation here is to only pitch on projects that are either new or reviewing pitches. The ones that move forward to interviews and then proposals, we don't see that they always go back to review new pitches that might come in. So, once they move to interviews, they might be stuck on really just moving forward with the process, not going back to any new pitches that come in. So whenever you can, just make sure you're pitching in the new or reviewing pitching stage.
Gotcha. Right.
But looks like you've submitted a decent amount of pitches.
Just not getting a lot of successes so far, but yeah.
Sure. Yeah, and I'm happy to take a look.
Yeah.
Cool. So what you'll see highlighted just under the summary is, general project description. They're going to ask, they'll usually list the deliverables, what they're looking to achieve. Project budget will be listed. So from your pitch perspective, a couple thoughts. So for this white space, the experience and approach piece, so the best way to think about that is going to be as an email introducing yourself to the client. So, what we recommend is frame this as you would an email. So start off with something like, "Hi, my name is Wilson. I am, I have X amount of years doing whatever, whatever relates directly to this project."
Okay.
And then from there, so looks like they're looking for someone with maybe market entry experience. So what the recommendation here would be to, hone in on any experience that relates to market entry that you have in the past. If you've done projects maybe at Deloitte for like a new market entry type project, or even just work related to that kind of a thing. include that in your pitch. So what we see is that clients are looking for folks who can say, hey, I've been here, I've done this type of work in the past, and would love to do it again for you. So really just showing the client, hey, I've done this type of work in the past and can do it again for you.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, so I think, looks like you haven't been including too much content in your pitch, just kind of listing your employers. That's going to put you at a bit of a competitive disadvantage, just to be completely honest. So
Gotcha.
Clients are really going to be looking through these pitches, reading through folks' experience, to understand maybe
Right.
who has similar experience and really just understand the full picture of folks' experience.
Okay. Now, just want to squeeze in a question here. So
Sure.
Catalant, does it offer like notifications through my email based on best matches in terms of projects, or does it just send like the generic email list with all the open projects? Can you
Yeah,
customize the email
Yeah,
newsletters?
good question. So, clicking into your settings here, I'm just going to see the way it's set up. So, it looks like you do have their subscriptions on. So the email that you receive should be opportunities that are, based on categories that are relevant to you.
Yeah.
Have you been receiving that email so far with the projects?
I have, but I don't think my experiences are exactly a 100% match with the projects
Okay.
that's in the email list. Perhaps my background is not a good 100% transferable to most of the projects on Catalan so far, or there's something that I need to tweak, or do I just apply to projects that maybe are not the best match, but might be helpful to the client? So I'm kind of like, yeah, it's a dilemma, and I don't really know what to take on
Y-
it. Do I apply
Yeah.
like random shot apply to every projects like that? I think can be relevant, but not 100%. Or actually, Catalan is not really a good fit. So uh, I'm kind of stuck in terms of this
Yeah,
situation right
it's
now.
a well taken point.
Yeah.
So what I would say is just a couple things. So we do have these filters here where you can kind of break down by project category, even industry and skill. So you are
Right.
able to use that as well as a keyword search. So you can always do searches up here to kind of narrow down the project database. Um, but what I would say is, there's a chance, the Catalan might not be, we're not the best fit for everybody. So, as you go through the database, it could be that, we don't have projects that align very well with your experience. But to your question, if you, I guess I would say if you feel like maybe it's not perfectly in your niche, you haven't done it in the past, but if you feel comfortable with the project, I would say only pitch on projects that you feel comfortable doing the work.
Yeah.
We wouldn't want you to pitch on something where maybe you're uncomfortable doing it or haven't really done it in the past. So um, you know just I would say use our filters maybe a little bit just to kind of play around in here. But again, it could be that you're not going to see too many projects that align with your experience.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah, I guess I'll just do more research about like maybe freelancer testimonials or freelancer experiences. There might be some
Sure.
on YouTube that shares their experiences as a consultant on Catalan, and see if I should dedicate more time writing pitches and applying to Catalan jobs, or actually just like better go back to drawing board and hone in my skills to better fit Catalan. So I'll take that as a thought, food for
Sure.
thought, and then, yeah. Um, but I don't have any further questions.
Okay.
Thank you so much for the detailed instructions and advice. do you have any more like perhaps instructions to optimize this platform, or any other suggestions about my profile or background?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
just
yeah,
clicking into
yeah,
your profile here,
yeah.
just a couple thoughts. So,
Right.
um, awesome, cool. So just looking at your experience, just from a high level,
Yeah.
it does look so. Based on your experience, I would say that you are going to find projects in here that are going to align with these skills. So, like for example, I just talking through a couple of these, mergers and acquisitions. Those tend to make up a lot. We see those very often. So maybe it's a post merger integration. Due diligence. So anything like that, we see due diligence in M&A type projects a lot. And then even further, digital and mobile strategy is pretty big. Go to market strategy, you'll see that a lot on the platform.
Yeah.
E-commerce and brand strategy, a lot of strategy based projects. So I
Right.
do think that there is going to be some fit in here for you. It's whether or not it's going to come down to how comfortable you are with those things. So maybe
Yeah.
you're more comfortable doing go-to-market strategy than you would be with, a post-merger integration
Yeah.
or due diligence. So just from a high level, I think that you can definitely hone in on a lot of these skills for our projects that you will see in the database because, like I said, a lot of these topics are topics that we see with some frequency.
Okay. That's some silver lining. That's great. Thank you.
Yeah,
Um.
absolutely.
All right.
So
Yeah.
my recommendation from there, I would suggest playing around it here, playing with the filters, doing some keyword searches, just to see what pops up and see what kind of aligns with your experience. And so, just kind of work through the project database and I'd be curious to see how many projects are going to be a good fit for you and align well.
Yeah. Thanks, Liam. I do notice there's a lot of private equity backed projects. Could you kind of share with me like what's the deal with that? Like, do you like extensively partner with PE backed funds or firms, or
Good
I know, yeah, I
question.
don't notice that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a great question. So just for some insight, so we are an outbound sales organization. So
Okay.
the way that we acquire our clients is by our sales team goes out and actually, pitches them on Catalan. So a large, I say that to say that a large focus of ours is on, Fortune 500 clients and those private equity funds. Really, we're looking to get reputable businesses posting projects on Catalan. So a large focus of ours from a sales perspective is on enterprise clients and PE funds.
Right.
So that is reflected in our database. You will see a lot of Fortune 500 clients and private equity funds.
Yeah.
But that's not to say that you won't see like startups, nonprofits, growth stage businesses popping up as well from time to time.
Cool. All right, that makes sense. Thanks so much for the
Yeah, absolutely.
explanation.
Um,
Yeah.
Cool. Well, if there's no other questions, please feel free to reach out to myself at any time. If you hop back into Catalan and maybe there are some things that aren't making sense or you have any questions, please feel free to reach out directly to me, and I'm happy to help out.
All right.
Provide some
All
feedback on
right.
your pitches, whatever it may be. So please don't
Thank you,
hesitate
Liam.
to reach out to
Yeah, I like
myself.
the experience here. Usually they just like give me an email reply why I'm not doing too well on Catalan, but you guys having a video discussion, and actually spending the time one on one with applicants, that's great. I think that's definitely a huge bonus on your end. So appreciate you for your time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of
thank you.
course, and I appreciate the kind words there. Yeah, we definitely we're here to support you guys. Whenever you
All
need
right,
it. So please, like I said, please feel free to reach out at any time.
great. Thank you. Well, you have a good day. Thank you.
Yeah, have a good night,
Yeah.
Wilson.